Hello MIA students, welcome to week 2, our first video of this week. When you go onto Classroom, you will see this video and then you will see a link to a Google Doc. I will have made a copy for everyone, so when you open it, it should look something like this. On the top it'll say the full year course 10.1, the US tax system. So again, this unit in MIA is going to be talking all about taxes. So the first couple of days here, we're just going to take some time and just going to get acquainted with how the US tax system works. This is typically how your lessons are going to look in MIA for this time when we are online. So again, this is the first sheet up here, just has some learning objectives if you want to take time to read through those. This approximate time, again, we're going to be splitting this up and there's some things I'm going to get rid of in this lesson, so don't worry about the time. It's not going to probably take you 140 minutes. I know it's not. And yeah, so there's some other stuff if you want to play through this. But again, this is kind of like my teacher guide, but I decided just to share this with you because I think it's a little bit easier to work with in the student view. So what I'm going to assign for you to do today on this sheet is I'm going to assign you to do numbers 1 through 4. So here's number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I just want to talk through what each of those things are. So if you just look even at the time that it says for each of these things, this one's 10 minutes, 7 minutes, so that's 17, plus 10 is 27, plus 5 is 32. So it should only take you about 30 minutes to do this. On the first one, it's just some discussion prompts. It says discuss these questions with your classmates or with a partner. Again, you don't have a classmates or a partner right now, but you can just think through this. It says in 2019, the U.S. government spent $4.45 trillion. Below the 5 areas U.S. Spent tax money on. Estimate the order in which the government spent tax dollars from highest amount to lowest amount. Again, on this, you can write right on it. So, because it'll be a Google Doc for you. So what you would do is you would just click next to healthcare and you would type, maybe you think this is number 1. This is where they spent most of their money. Then you maybe thought benefits for retired people, you click that and you put number 2. So that would be the first part, just again ranking that. That won't take very long. Part 2, there's an article here that says, why do we pay taxes? So what you will do for part 2, if you notice over here, there's an article. So what you need to first do is you got to go read this article. So if you just click on the blue link, it'll open up to this. You'll click on it. It says, why do we pay taxes? There's an article here for you to read. So I'd ask that you read this. It talks about the different kinds of taxes, how the government uses taxes, and so on. It's a pretty informative article. So you'll read that. Once you're done reading that, I'd maybe keep the link open. I'd come back over here and I'd answer these questions. So it says, read just the second section titled How the Government Uses Taxes. So actually, you didn't even have to read all of that. I would encourage you to read all of it. I think there's some informative stuff. But you're going to answer these questions. Name 3 ways the state government uses tax dollars. So you just hit after this, you maybe hit enter, and I'd maybe just list the 3 ways. So I would just type it in, however. I just ask when you're typing stuff in, obviously you type actually something, not just random letters here, you type your answer. Please just change the text color to something other than black so I can see your answers a little bit easier. And then you do the same thing for the 3 ways the local government uses tax dollars. So that's part 2. Part 3, it says, if paychecks could talk. Now that you've learned about how tax money is used at the federal, state, and local level, let's take a deeper look to dive specifically into our federal tax dollars. Watch this video and learn where federal revenue comes from and what exactly the federal government is spending that money on. Then follow your teacher's instructions to answer the questions either in your student activity packet or within the Ed puzzle itself. So there's questions that you're going to answer as you go through the video, but I would also like you to answer them down here. So it says, what does FICA consist of? So for this one, you can either maybe highlight it or you can get rid of the other one, so you just leave your final answer, whatever that might be. Again, here's another multiple choice question, another multiple choice question. So again, to get the video, you'll just click on this link over here. It's an Ed puzzle video, so that's basically what this video is as well. You click on it. Takes a little bit here. You'll watch the video. Again, there's some questions as you go throughout the video, but you'll watch it. Then I want you to come back over here and answer those questions. So that's part 3. And finally, the last part is another article. So it says in the previous resource, you learn that payroll or FICA taxes and income you learn that you pay payroll or FICA taxes and income taxes. Let's take a deeper look at the differences between these two important taxes. Skim through the article and then answer the questions. So, who pays these taxes? FICA taxes and income taxes. Then you answer all these questions. So for payroll taxes, is it a flat tax or progressive? If it is flat, what is the percentage? And you'll learn what these things mean in the article. And then you'll say, what is this tax used for? So talk about payroll taxes and income taxes. Again, here is an article that I would like you to open up and I would like you to read. Again, this first lesson today is just kind of an intro to taxes. Again, if you are reading this article and you think, gosh, this is really confusing, I'm kind of struggling with it, I'm also fine if you want to Google and just Google payroll taxes or income taxes and just learn about it that way. You don't necessarily have to use this article to help you get these answers here. This is just one resource you can use. You can use others if you choose. And finally, for part 2 on section 4 here, it says describe how much you would pay in taxes as a self-employed worker. Explain why this is the case. So again, this would be answered in the article, but you can definitely use Google to help answer your questions. So again, this will be day 1 of week 2 here for online classes. I just want you to, number 1, watch this video. So if you watch this entire video, you get 10 points just for doing that. It's a pretty short video, so you should get your 10 points. And then after that, again, I need you to do sections 1, 2, 3, and 4 down here. Once you're done writing right in here what your answers are, it'll automatically save for you. You can exit it out, and then you go back to Google Classroom. You just hit turn in, and then it'll be submitted to me. All right, thank you, everybody. Email me if you have any questions at smartflip@gmail.com, and have a great rest of your day.